Hello guys on YouTube, Shakira Lover Forever here. Today I'm introducing to you my new washing machine, the Chiq 8 Kilo 1400. I think it's made by Media in China or something. And I just had it on, the light just randomly came on by itself. It's got a drum light. So it's actually a really nice machine. I bought it just to try. It was fairly cheap. I just really wanted to see what it did. And yeah, I'm really impressed with it so far. It's just a simple, no nonsense, gets to the point. Really good cycle times. Lots of options, all that kind of stuff. But fairly simple, easy to use. Detergent drawer, bit of powder in there. It's got a wee swivelly bit. It's quite different. I think one of the reasons we got it was because the drawer looked different. I've never seen that before. Liquid detergent and softener in there. I'll go through the cycles with you a little bit. So, cycle times are really good. Like, you can change the temperature. It doesn't have a 30, it only goes to 20 to 40. 1400. Say 3 rinses. So like a normal cottons wash is like an hour 20, and you can make it less or more if you want. Like, shush, go away, my god. Why is it that the minute you do a video, like animals come and start like annoying you? You just have your stain cycles here. You can have that on cottons and mixed. But see, to be honest, there's no change. doesn't do anything different than a cottons or mixed cycle. The only thing is the preset temp. Hold on. On the stain cycles, the preset temp changes. So you can only have 40 or 60 on the temp cycles. You can't change it. So all the stain cycles have 40 degrees or 60 degrees. And the spin, oh no, I don't want that. The spin is at, so it's always 3 rinses, and the spin speed you can't change, and it only stops at 900. It's so stupid. So the machine's actually really limited on what spin speed you can have. You can only have 1400 on sort of like cotton cycle, mix, and maybe one more. See, even on spin only, you can only go to 1200, which is a bit limited. The machine doesn't always spin at 1400. It's actually really fussy. I'll explain that later. So cotton cycle only goes to 60. So you let your cotton 60, 1200, 1400 spin, 3 rinses. Is only an hour and a half, so that's really good. Then your allergy is like your 60 degrees. 80 and 85. 85 degrees is the highest. It doesn't go any higher than that. But you can choose 80 or 85. It's really weird. And see, you can only have 1200 on that cycle. Like, it's just really weird. You can have up to 6 rinses on most of the cycles. You got mix. Wool, which doesn't really do much. All the cycles actually do really pretty much the same thing. They're all really similar. The only one that's different is wool. Mix is a higher rinse level. Under the down jacket cycle is really high rinse level, only goes to 40. Underwear is normal, bedding is normal, drum clean's good. Spin only, 1200. Rinse and spin, I think is 1200 as well. It's a bit annoying. Deep clean does like a little soak. There's a few little pauses in between the tumbles sometimes. Night wash, absolutely no difference. It even still makes the tune at the end. Delicates is like a slower action. Sanitize goes to 85. And your quick wash is quite good. It just doesn't have interspins. So you can have like up to 40. And then you can have up, well, only 900. See, that's so stupid. Oh, that's ozone. I'll explain that in a minute. Rinses you can have up to 6 or whatever, and it's still quite a short cycle. Alright, you have this M1 touch cycle, which you hold. It's like push and play, so you just hold it and it switches on. But what we found is it only does a 20-degree cycle at 900 spin. It doesn't, like, it's supposed to balance the load. It's supposed to sense the load and do like a 40-degree wash, but it doesn't. It only ever does 20, so I never use that. Ozone is like, I read up on it. It's like where electricity mixes with water or something, and it causes like ions in the water that keeps the, like, whitens the clothes almost at lower temperatures. So like if you had some delicate whites that couldn't go at high temps, you could use the ozone at 40 and it would give you like whitening results almost. It makes like a really weird noise. It's like a little, it's like a heater almost. I've used that a couple of times, but I don't know. It's one of these new technologies that I'm not really fussed about. But I'll show you a video. I can do a video of it later on. So that's all the cycles pretty much. I only ever use cotton mix quick wash. And there's a little hidden cycle in here, right? Cotton's 40, 1400 spin, and 2 rinses. That's your eco cycle, right? So that's 3 hours 36. So those combination of options makes up your eco cycle, and it's actually a really good cycle, and I'm going to do this full load on that cycle just to show you what it does. It's a little bit different to the cotton cycle. It does loads more, like all the cycles do like a 1 distribution wash to dissolve the detergent at the start of the wash, but on this cycle it just does a whole bunch of distributions, spin washes, even on the rinse it spin washes. It's pretty amazing. Spin rinses, I should say. So there's the drum. It's fairly new and fairly clean. It's actually really awesome. I really like it. Like, I didn't think I'd like it this much. A few hairs there, but the seal's fairly clean. That's what it looks like at the front. We ripped the screen off because we don't like screens. We want to see what's happening inside. The drum light stays on for about 20 seconds. You need to keep pressing the button. So there you go. Right, I'm going to do a little... So on this eco cycle, it fills up quite high to start off with. So it gives you like a high wash level and then a high 2 rinses. Depending on how big your load is. If you do a small load, the level will be like halfway up the door and it'll stay there. But if you do a full load, and then once it tumbles and soaks up the clothes, the level's like normal. So your water level depends on how much you put in the wash. If you get me. Alright, so I've got this big load of random, like the dogs, she's having her first lady time. So there's little drops of blood like everywhere. Not that you wanted to know that. But there is. So I'm just doing all her bedding, her little blankets that go on her bed, a little food mat thing. It's just one of these random mixed loads that just, yeah, needs a nice long warm wash. Then I'm going to add some sanitizer in the final rinse. My cushion covers just to make the load like a nice big bulky load. And her bed cover. Alright. I've also got my mop head. I don't know if that can go in there, but it should be fine. So it's just a big load of mixed dirty laundry. Alright, so that's a fairly full load. Sorry, this video's already like 10 minutes long. It's not even started yet. You know what I'm like. Right, I've just finished off this surf liquid in the bowl there. I'm going to put a little, I'm going to put a little scoop of Vanish to boost it. A little scoop of Vanish in there. Actually, I'll put it in the drawer because it goes down the wee spinny bit there. And I'll add my softener and sanitizer later, because for some reason on this cycle only, like on the 3-hour eco cycle, it actually it fills through like all the compartments to start off with, which is really weird. So I don't put my softener in until the end. Right, that's probably a bit more surf liquid than I normally would use, so it could get a bit sudsy. All right. Yeah, so as I say, this cycle is like the most fun cycle. It's just full of distributions, spin washes, all throughout. And then it starts spinning at about an hour, and then does 2 rinses with spin rinses as well. Right, I'll start the cycle and let you watch. So this is the Cotton's Eco 40 degrees, 1400 spin, 2 rinse cycle, okay? So if I change the rinses and make it 3 or 4 or 5, it goes back to a normal cotton cycle, like an hour and 20 or 30 or whatever, okay? Right, enjoy the video. I'll probably talk through it as well, you know what I'm like. So that's normally the softener fill. It normally fills in the little jets there, but because of this cycle, it fills in through all the channels, including this one to start off with. I'm not sure if that's a flaw in the programming, or if it's like supposed to do that. I don't see why it wants you to add softener first up. Really weird. Anyway, so I discovered that the first time I used it, so I've never added the softener until towards the end. 3.5 hours is a long time, but it is the most eco cycle, so it's supposed to be saving you energy or something. I use it sometimes if I've got like a really dirty load or like a full load that I just let it go. And because it's like one of the only cycles that spins at 1400 every time, I just use it. Oh god, we're getting a bit sudsy already. Go away. What? I'm trying to video. Where's Frankie? Really stylish, really nice machine, just gets on with it. I absolutely love it. I bought it just to play with, and I never thought I would actually keep it. Oh, here's these two fighting again. They always seem to find a way to fight in my videos. Right, move. I'm trying to video. So there's like 3 or 4 levels on this machine. So you've got your low cottons wash level, normal, and then you've got like your rinse level, which is about here, and then you get this level, which is your eco wash level. And if you do a cold cottons wash, it also fills up to a high level. So it doesn't really care about using water. It's quite good that way. Oh, there we go. That's for level. Straight into a big Distri. Now that's lush. So that's just dissolving all the soap, getting all the stuff soaked. So there's your, oh, here we go, that's your little UV light it's got there. A lot of Chinese washers have it to kill the germs in colder water. It's really cool. So that's your water level there. So that's perfect. It's just enough. As I say, if you had less in the machine and it soaked up quicker, then you'd have an even higher level. Or if you had a really full load, it would be even less. So that's like a perfect level. I'm happy with that. Right. I love the black panel and the black door with the silver trims. It's really stylish. Really nice machine. Well, the suds have died down a bit. I'm happy with that. I thought I did put a bit too much liquid in, but that seems like enough. There's these tenders in the background. I've got it all recorded, don't worry. No. So I'm going to explain about the spin thing, right? So it's a 1400 spin washer, and there's about 3 cycles that lets you choose 1400. Most of the cycles are 1200, and some are only 900, right? 900 is like the main spin. It's the spin that it likes to do the most. So 900 RPM interspins. Oh, here we go. We're going to do another Distri in a minute. It does a wee short tumble one way, then you know. Yeah, so it does, so 900 is its favourite speed to go to, right? Like, interspins are all 900. And then, see, even if the machine gets balanced first time, it will definitely, it'll go in, and it goes into spin. It will always do at least 900, right? But if the machine still spins first time, but it's not really 100% balanced, then it actually will never go above 900. So even if the machine tries like 5 times to rebalance and it gets balanced, if that balance is not enough balanced, it won't do over 900. Do you know what I mean? So it's really frustrating. Like, I'll have a load of towels that won't do, it'll do 900, right? And then I'll flick it over to spin, which is 1200. And most of the time, it won't even reach 1200. It's a bit frustrating, but I'm living with it. I'm just lucky that it's quite hot here at the minute. So 900 spin, hanging stuff outside is actually okay. It dries quite quick. But if you were someone who relied on that 1400 spin, then this is not the machine for you. As I say, this cycle, the Eco Cotton cycle, this is the only time it will always do 1400 spin regardless. It does like a 900 inter and then a 1200 inter, and then it'll do the 1400 final spin. It's just such a pleasure to use. Like, you can have a really short cycle if you want, you can have a really long cycle if you want. It does decent rinse levels. It's not too fussy balancing. It's overall a brilliant washer. That's me just getting round to record it for you. And you can just press any button to get the wee light back on. One of the other annoying things about it is the drain pump is on and off and on and off the whole time. Like, it never stays on for more than like 7 seconds. I suppose a lot of machines do that, but this is one of the worst ones for that. But that's okay, you get used to it after a while. Such a decent level. But after a little while, it'll go into spin washes as well. It's just like really fun. Like, all the cycles should do this. As I say, all the cycles, they do like that. They do that initial after it. Yeah, all the other cycles, once it's almost fully filled with water, like after it's tumbled a few times and refilled a couple of times, it then does a big distribute just to help get the soap dissolved. I could have wiped it down, I'm sorry. It's because it's black, it shows up everything. Yeah, I'll maybe do this cycle again for you and have like a less load in it. And then you'll have nice big spin washes with big high level. Really. What? Yep, so we're heated to 40, and looks like we're on the main wash tumbles. So we'll do this the whole way through until about an hour and 10, I think, or an hour. Just over an hour. Oh, actually, maybe just under an hour. And it will do spin washes every 8 minutes. So that's a little bit of fun. Well, that's a little bit of fun, isn't it? I love watching that. It always seems to be balanced as well. The suspension on this is quite tight, so it doesn't wobble too much.